Wherever you look, you can't help but notice the diversity of Heuvelland. Almost 3/4 of the land is composed of farmland, meadows and orchards, forming a patchwork of different shades of green and brown. This variation seems random, but it definitely isn't. It is determined by different types of soil, as a result of a process that took millions of years. The ground consists of clay and sand layers deposited when this region was alternately a coastal area and sea. Later, almost 25 million years ago, a shallow sea washed over the land and the currents shaped to iron-rich sandbanks. When the sea ebbed away for the last time on contact with air, the iron started to cement. This formed a layer of hard, rust-colored iron sandstone that protected the old sandbanks against erosion. And so these mountains continued to stand out above the rest. Much later, during the last ice age several thousand years ago, the North Sea dried up. A cutting northern wind transported particles from the sea and deposited them here, in this region, forming a thick and fertile layer of clay and sand loam. The hilltops are largely forested, as the top layer of iron sandstone isn't fertile for farming. Also, the steep slopes are too stony and not suitable for farming. Instead, they are covered with meadows, woods, orchards and vineyards, often protected by hedges and rows of trees. The plains, with their thick layer of fertile loam, are the most suitable for farming. The main crops are wheat, potatoes, corn fodder, but also vegetables such as cabbages, carrots and leeks. Here and there, hop poles rise above the ground. In Heuvelland, nature and agriculture blend into each other and also sustain each other. The hedges and wooded banks shelter birds and small animals. Also, the ground covers that are sown in the fall to protect the soil in the fields provide shelter and snacks for a number of small animals. And unmown grain helps field birds like the yellowhammer get through the winter.